Hey guys, welcome back to the 25th episode of the Two Brits, One Yank podcast. Quarter century, bud.
I was just about to say that.
That is crazy. Well, I took the words right out your mouth, I guess. Well, I'm your American here, Connor Kelly, and I'm joined by my Brit,
Sam Bone.
As you can see, we are a man short. Solange Smith, our second Brit, is, well, I don't want to call him the second Brit. Is that almost putting him behind you? You're not first Brit.
But brother, I'm in charge.
No.
Brother, come on.
Bonnie, you just make the real story. You're not in charge. You're not in charge at the minute. We have potential for you to become in charge one day.
Yeah, I told you in the off season I'm going to learn how to do the editing and stuff. So
I would say we're all equals, but realistically, I think that brother is the first of the Two Brits, One Yank.
yeah, we did just FaceTime that brother to make sure everything was fine. But
Sol, his trusty car that got us all over the southeast of England, has gone to the shop for a few weeks, and he was trying to get his dad's car to come up to film a few pods, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it work. I mean, Bristol's about 3 hours from here? Yeah, so it wasn't the easiest, and he's got coaching tonight. So yeah, you guys are just stuck with the two of us. So
which is vibes anyway, man.
I mean, yeah, it's always vibes here, isn't it?
Facts.
But whether it's Tops, whether it's Sol, whether it's the two of us, we'll just make it work.
Straight facts, my boy. How you been?
Yeah, bro, I've been good. Been over here for about, I want to say 2 weeks now. What day is it? No, actually.
Bro, that's longer than that.
It's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks today, I think. Yeah.
3 weeks today.
Yeah, so, it's things been going well, and hopefully I can bring some news to everyone soon, but
That's really been 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It goes so quick.
I know, tell me about it. I mean, I've just been all over the place, so I haven't been in a single house for longer than 2 or 3 nights. Mm-hmm. And again, I have to give a massive shout out to Tops and his family, Rihanna and Claire. They've been so good hosting me, and I've loved living there. When I leave for training and stuff, Tops is like, "Oh, bro, it's not the same without you." I'm like, I hope I'm not there forever, bro.
I tell you what, when you eventually move out, he's gonna be heartbroken.
Oh, 100%. You might come with me.
He gets FOMO as well.
Oh, really? I mean, I'm sure he has it right now. He's at work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we'll definitely be thinking of us, me and you, doing this podcast right now.
Well, I mean, hey, that boy's hard at work though, saving lives.
But I've never seen a brother work so hard in my life.
Bro, I swear, when I was there for my operation, we only were able to hang out for maybe 30 seconds in the whole day I was there.
Yeah. Now, shall we tell the truth?
But yeah, it's been so good to hang with him.
I can imagine.
Just such good vibes, man. And I've been hanging with your family a bit. I went to watch one of your games with your mom and Chris. Nice. It was such good vibes.
Without me knowing, by the way. I only found out before you were about to go there.
See, this
they didn't tell me, we're inviting Conor around. Conor just told me I'm going to your mum. I was about to say your mum and dad's. Your mum and your boyfriend's. I was like, oh, sweet. Send them.
You have a boyfriend?
Is that how I just worded it?
You said your mom and your boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Is there someone you're not telling me? Yeah.
Same for the 50th episode. My mum and her boyfriend, sorry. Which, by the way, my mum's in Milan at the minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey. AC Milan, bro.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's crazy.
That.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she arrived there yesterday, so...
What you doing there? Just holiday? Or?
Just on work.
Oh, it's sick,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know how that works. For work, she's going to Milan, but sure. I didn't question it. I said, enjoy your time, and...
Yeah, that's a...
I'll see you when I'm next back.
I was going to say, you have a lot of holidays planned. That's a city I want to see, but tell the pod about your holidays coming up.
Bro, it was either Milan or Rome, and then I went on TikTok and just all the Rome sort of TikToks look so cool, like the Colosseum and the places around it, and I was just like, right, I'll do that, and then I'll perhaps go to Milan in the future or something. But yeah, the holidays, I said, why not? I said, let me just go traveling while I'm young, while I'm single, while I've got no responsibilities.
I thought you had a boyfriend.
Yeah, while I have no responsibilities, I just said, let me do a madness. So I've booked all sorts of kind of Finland and bloody Iceland to Germany to Milan to Rome and Cyprus and Lisbon, and the list goes on. So
I really rate that, because it's actually been really funny coming from the US, where it's I mean, I guess maybe it's because the country's so big, but maybe people go to Europe like once every few years. Here, everyone takes holidays. A lot of people our age are taking multiple, but they're doing the same kind of holidays all the time.
It's Australia, Thailand,
Ibiza, Marbella.
No, but I'm saying like for traveling.
Yeah,
Ibiza and Marbella's for the summer. Like that's just.
Of course. But I'm saying even then, like, say you were, I would love to take trips like you're taking, even whether it's over the summer, the winter, than just going to the same place in Ibiza to go to like O Beach or whatever. You know, I feel like that would get old quickly, wouldn't it?
But that's the best thing about our off season. So obviously, because it's in November, December time special, like with the Christmas lights and stuff. So
yeah,
Germany and Brussels and Vienna, like some of these TikToks are incredible. Like, so it's the best time for me to travel. And I said, do it now while I can. Like I said, before I start having responsibilities and I've got to pay for, I don't know, my future girlfriend to go with me. And then I've got children that I have to pay to take to do these experiences. I said, do them now. So yeah, I did a madness.
So
wait for the TikToks.
So basically, you're doing all you're traveling now, and then your kids will just stay in England.
Facts, bro.
I like that.
Facts.
Yeah, you have to love yourself, bro. Put yourself first.
Tenerife and Cyprus. I'll be going to Cyprus because my nan and granddad have got a place there. So saves the cost of having to get accommodation. But man, I'm so excited. So excited. Obviously not like on a real like I've booked them, but it's on the back of my mind now because obviously we're still in season. But when that time comes around, like I said, to make memories and stuff, it's gonna be so sick. Shall I vlog it?
100%, bro. It's
more. I do like. I'm definitely gonna. I took some notes down the other day. Definitely gonna do a few TikToks. Also going to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Which looks. I've been to Edinburgh before, but I didn't appreciate it at the time because I was young and stuff. So I want to go and do that. But I was thinking of perhaps vlogging it just as like a little insight to what I do in the off season.
You'll have to hit up Liam Soul. He's at Livingston.
I'll leave that brother off, man. Like I got mad. I mean, not that he watches this anyway, but I got mad love for Liam Soul. But
he does not watch this pod. I can almost guarantee.
I'd rather go and because I'm only there for 3 days. Is it 3 days? I think it'll be 2 full days. So I'd rather go and do the city and stuff like that. My auntie's gonna come as well, Auntie Debs.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, Auntie Debs wants to come. Because I put it in the chat and she was like, oh, I've never been. And I was like, oh, well, just come with me. And she was like, all right, sweet. So she's going to...
That's so cool.
She's in charge of looking for accommodation because I've got to look for accommodation for all these mad places. Like Finland, for example, bro. That's going to take some research now. Yeah, like I want to go and do...
It's going to be freezing
But it's going to be freezing.
What do you guys call Finland? Lapland?
Lapland, yeah.
That's so weird.
I've got these Timberland boots, right, that I bought about 8 years ago, I'd say.
Never worn them?
I've never worn them. Not once. I swear on my life, not once.
Are they like the classic ones, like the brown with the steel toe?
No, but that version, but they're black. They're black.
Damn, my boy's black Tims.
Bro, I have never, ever, ever worn them. Ever. I just bought them. It was just like one of those purchases where you go, oh yeah, let me buy some. Never worn them. It's going to be the first time when I go to Iceland and Finland that I'll be wearing them.
Wow. Bro, you're going to get no daylight as well. I mean,
I did see that. It's like 5 hours.
Yeah. Jesus. I think like the best time to go to Iceland is in like the spring and summer because it's a bit longer.
Yeah, but like I wanted to go for the Christmas vibes and the cold. I love the cold weather.
That is true. And you like rain. I'm so
really
English,
weird.
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really weird. I love rain and I love winter time. So it's the perfect time to go. I've been to Iceland before as well. When I was with Charlotte Rovers, but it was like 8 degrees, and like I said, we couldn't do any.
Yeah, when you travel for football, it's different. Like you really don't see much. You see like near your hotel, you see where your team goes out to eat, and you see the area around the stadium. But all of it is just kind of staying in the hotel. Like
when we went Zurich, you remember how excited I was for that? Because I was like, oh my god, I want to see the Alps, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I remember I got into the hotel and. Me and a few of the boys were like, right, should we go for a coffee? We left like mad early that morning. I think it was like the 6:30 flight. Get into the hotel and we're like, right, let's round a few of us up and let's go and get a coffee. Anyway, leave my room, walk over to my boys' room, knock on the door. Right, perfect, let's go. Let me go and get John. So I walk out the hotel, out the room. The gaffer walks past us and he says, yeah, well, I just said, oh, all right, Gaffer, what's happening? He was like, all right, Sam. He said, you going to sleep now, yeah? And I said, right, I said, do I take the risk and go for a coffee, or do I just get what he was getting at? He basically told me to go to sleep. Knocked on the boys' door. I said, look, just bumped into the gaffer. They was like, let's go to sleep. So we couldn't even do any traveling.
Smart.
Oh yeah, bro. Like
That's
literally,
smart.
yeah, literally. I was like, right, let me just go. Let me not take any risks here. Went straight into my room. Didn't sleep, but I just didn't want to be seen out. But yeah, you couldn't do any traveling or stuff like that. And yeah, I was looking forward to that trip because of like to see the Alps and stuff. And then played Zurich the day later. They were a different ball
You
game.
needed that nap, bro. You needed that nap.
Now I see why you said, "Go, you go for a nap."
Hey, that's a
Because
guy with
they
a lot of
were,
experience. He knew better.
Yeah, man, they were a different ball game.
Yeah.
And you know what's even scarier? So they beat us 3-0 at their place, and it was just one of those games where you just felt helpless. Like it was so tough. The heat was so tough. Like they just kept it. And anyway, once we were knocked out of the competition, they played that team from from Portugal.
What was it? Was it Braga?
No, Vitoria.
Oh yeah, Vitoria.
Vitoria slapped them up 3-0 in Zurich. And I just said to myself, damn, bro, there is levels to this game.
Yeah, but you have to think as well, like the Primera Liga, I think that's what you call it, is a very good stand. I think.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you're in a conference league position from there,
Yeah.
you're probably finishing 5th.
Yeah, true.
Where you have Benfica, Porto,
Yeah.
Sporting, like
Braga.
Yeah, those are big teams. Big teams.
I actually think that was the 4 that was ahead of Vitoria.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense. Right?
Because I think one of the boys said it. So yeah, man, I just realised that there was. I know we played against Ipswich and Coventry last year, but Zurich were. I think that'd be a great game, Zurich versus Coventry.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good game to watch. I don't know who would come out on top. I think Ipswich were better, which is weird because we beat Ipswich and then got slapped up to Coventry, but that's just the way football works, man.
Coventry was a tough one. If the game ended in the 88th minute, it would have been 3-0. It would have looked a lot more respectable. Very true. And then they scored too late, and it seemed. I mean, don't get me wrong, we weren't really in it.
Yeah.
But 3-0 doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very
I'll
true.
tell you what though, like you saw what Chelsea did to Barrow last night,
Bro.
and it's like we were sitting there like Barrow is so good, like this is such a good result, and like, bro, it's like boys on a playground, like João Felix, his assist to Nkunku, like just flicking it over someone's head. That's what you do in training.
I purposely watched that game yesterday because I know the right back who plays for Barrow, Rory Feely, rapid, absolute rapid, and he was up against Mudryk. I really hope my brother isn't watching this because Mudryk gave him the runaround and made him look slow. Made him look slow.
But I mean,
and I was like, wow.
That is also someone, it's like, there's levels of pace. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he is rapid. But Mudryk, within 15 minutes of his Prem debut, broke the highest sprint speed at the time. I think Van de Ven's broken it since. But, like,
How quick is that, brother?
Oh, my.
What about his assist a few weeks back?
He just ran 40 yards. Who was that
laid
against?
It off. Oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
It wasn't Brentford. Brentford was last weekend.
Yeah.
But he ran like 40 yards. Oh, it was against Everton.
Was it?
It was against Everton. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Bro, he ran 40. Actually, maybe more.
Yeah.
He's a Rolls Royce of a player, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He's so quick. He's good on the ball. He's 6'4". Mm-hmm. It's like, what more do you want in a center half?
Facts.
It's crazy if you think about like the center halves of old. Like they were never known for being quick, but I guess with football becoming such a transition-based game, a lot of the center halves are absolutely like rapid now.
But you know who was supposed to be rapid back in the day, and you would have never thought it? Richard Dunn.
I've seen that.
Everyone, I recall obviously playing in Ireland.
I've seen on like Ben Foster's podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, he was so underrated, he was so quick.
Before that podcast even come out, like obviously playing in Ireland, you hear stories of ex-Irish internationals. And everyone, I remember Robbie Keane saying it, was like Richard Dunn was so quick. I was like, really?
Yeah, and it's funny.
Yeah,
like,
mad, isn't it?
It's crazy how when, because he was like a player when we were like 8, 9, like... You're just like, oh, like Richard Dunn, because you're like, oh, it's not John Terry. Like, oh, he's not good. Yeah. And then as you get older, you appreciate
100%
so many more players. You realize how elite you have to be just to play in the Prem.
Yeah, man.
He had an unbelievable career for years. But again, when you're 10, you're like, oh, he's not winning Champions League. Like, he's not that good.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, like, he's a joke. But how quick, a recent guest on that podcast as well, and an Irish guy, Shane Long.
Bruh, he's
How quick was he?
There's a trend at the minute going on Twitter. Is like the the Barclays
men.
The Barclays men.
Yeah.
That brother is so up there, man.
You know
he
what?
was so Reading when he was at Reading in the Prem. Please tell me he was at Reading.
Yeah, he was. He was at
gonna
Reading. He played all over.
Yeah,
Hull,
right.
Southampton.
Reading had some. Can you remember Portsmouth team back in the day? Like Sulimentari and
Yeah. They had Sol Campbell. Kevin Prince Boateng.
Who was the left back from Iceland? Was a Morton? Sorry,
Hygerson or whatever.
Sorry, I put you on the spot there.
He played for Charlton as well, right?
The real goal was my boy, Morton
Gams Pedersen.
Brother was
Bro,
too
you know
sick.
what's so funny as well? Like
I was too cold.
I've watched the Prem religiously since I was probably 5.
Yeah.
The amount of players that I forgot until that trend, I was like, oh my God, like, two guy. Like, that's not someone you think about quite often.
Man.
You know who I used to love as well, who played for Portsmouth? Lua. The guy he used to just do backflips after every goal.
You remember Cisse when he used to switch up the hairstyles every week for Sunderland?
I remember him in the... Djibril Cisse, the one from Liverpool.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember him against West Ham in the FA Cup final. And I don't know if he changed boots at halftime or I forget if he wore one on each foot.
Yeah.
But I just remember being like, nah, this brother's too cool.
He was the coldest, man. Yeah. El Hadj Diouf. My boy used to come out in chains. I remember watching Charlton versus... Oh, who was it against? No, it wasn't for Bolton. Could have been Leeds.
Yeah, he played for Leeds as well. Yeah,
I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember, obviously, because he played Premier before that. I remember being starstruck when I saw him. He come out in his chains, in his gold rings. I thought, yeah.
He was mental. I remember, so he got signed to Liverpool off the 2002 World Cup, right? And he killed it. I mean, they beat France in the group stage. Like, I don't think they'd ever been to the World Cup before. They hadn't had any history. Now Senegal is a big African team. You have quality players. But they weren't supposed to do anything. And I think they made the quarterfinal.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they beat the reigning world champions who had also won the Euros in 2000 France.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like the main guy on that team with Papa Bouba Diop. Do you remember him from Fulham? He was a player.
Bro, you're running them all out here, man.
But
my boy knows ball.
Yeah, what was it? What was I going to say? Oh, Hadj Diouf went to Liverpool. And he was terrible. His attitude was all over the place. Really? And apparently Everton were interested in him. And Jamie Carragher was like trying to play down the rivalry so he would leave. Like, no, the fans will respect it. Like it's overplayed, the whole rivalry. He ended up not going, but he was just trying to get him out the door.
Yeah, you got to watch out for them brothers right
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
Jamie Carragher.
But hey, that's someone who just cares about his club, Yeah. It's ruthless, right?
Yeah.
It's ruthless.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean? If you're passionate about your club, and he's from if I know,
but he's an Everton fan. He is an Everton.
That's
fan.
what I was just about to say.
Yeah, but he came up through Liverpool's academy, and I think it gets to a point where he probably was looking out for Everton results, maybe, but
that's all forgotten about.
Yeah, it's when you play for a club, and he's just red through and through now. I mean, it's crazy though.
It is. Right, into more. Where am I going with this? Into recent news. I don't know. I just butchered that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
That is crazy.
We had a little break to check the cameras, and he's come back, and
that is crazy.
He's just messed it up.
Anyway, I got my notes. I fucking knew that was going to happen. I can't undo the notes.
Bro. Oh my God. What are you doing, bro? I might help. If I'm feeling nice while I'm editing, I'll get this out. But if I'm feeling evil, this is staying in.
Anyway, my boy Tops put out a reel. You guys would have probably seen it throughout the week. But yeah, it was just about his fitness journey and his weight loss. And to be fair to him, my boy killed it. I think he said he was at 20 stone at his worst.
Yeah.
He's lost so much. At 19, 20, everyone, that's your age where you're maturing and I don't know, girls are becoming more and more. Do you know what I mean? Let's be real here. They're becoming more important. Appearance is more important and stuff like that.
And that is someone, by the way, who cares so much about his appearance and his clothes, which is it's so good that he took the onus and just has just gone for it.
100%. But that's what I'm coming on to. So he put out a reel and he mentioned that Bazinga was his inspiration. Now, I don't know how. I don't know how this brother saw it, but Bazinga actually...
We didn't even tag him in the video.
Bazinga actually, he commented... I mean, that just goes to show, bro, that our videos are getting out there. Which is incredible.
Someone
it was just incredible.
Said, there's no way that he was just chilling on his... You think it's come up?
Bro, the 2 Brits 1 Yank is taking off.
Hey,
do you know what I mean?
People
are seeing our stuff.
I would say we're going to international, but we're...
The Sidemen, they're going to ask us for a collab. But... Nah, man, Bazinga. Yeah, imagine us on that. Bazinga commented on it and said, "What was it? This is class or something."
Yeah.
And liked the video. So, yeah, man, shout out. Oh, he's probably not going to see this, but shout out him. I just think that's lovely though. Like he didn't have to. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to comment on that. And I suppose. For small podcasts like us, like we rely on people sharing and people seeing our stuff, and yeah, man, I just think that's so classy from him to do that, and it's, do you know what I mean? It's something that I think is in our top 5 coldest moments so far in our pod. Do you know what I mean? I think we've had Matt Sheldon, and I think we've done like, I don't know, our biggest reel on TikTok's like 150k or something, but. For someone who's got 4.1 million followers to see that and comment on it is ledge, man. So
it's pretty cool in 25 episodes. Like now thinking about it, like all the stuff we've had. I mean, we had Binksy on. That video has over like 6,500 views. Yeah. It got used in like a legitimate news article after he signed his new deal.
But like, bro, you have to take into consideration as well. Like we've only just started. Like we're not even fully back as well. No, we're still trying to make this work because Sol's obviously in Bristol right now. He can't get here. We had to do 2-3 months of just Zoom podcasts. We weren't together for a long time. Like we recorded a lot of episodes in America. Yeah. So we had stuff to fall back on. So yeah, like we're doing so well, I think. Yeah. And it's only the start.
It's been so fun.
It's been
so fun.
Bro, like it's one of the best decisions I've made. I love it. I couldn't wait to see you today so we could record these episodes. And in fact, that's a shout out to you guys as well, because I suppose you're the ones that have helped us get to where we like. We're not huge now, but I think we've got 860 subscribers.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing really well on TikTok, Instagram. The views as well is doing really well. So shout out to you guys, man. You're the ones that listen to us waffling on half the time. But yeah, that's where we're at the minute. Obviously him commenting on that was special, and for Tops as well, because obviously that was Tops' inspiration.
It just shows the type of person he is, like how down to earth he is, and like in contact with his fans that he is, and you know, it just makes you think that the huge platform and all the success that he has is deserved, and you know, he's using it for good. A lot of people that run YouTube channels, they don't really do anything with it. He's literally changed someone's life. You know, like Tops' life is so different now than to what it was 4 or 5 years ago. And that's, you know, the power of these creators and stuff. So
they have
really
so
good.
Much power, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much, like, because they all started the same way we started.
Yeah.
Like, they would have had no views and no subscribers, and they relied on perhaps people seeing their stuff. So they know what position that we're in.
Yeah.
So like I said, like just going back to it, I just think, like you said, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to comment on the reel. He could have just glanced at it.
I'm just thinking as well of like the Sidemen, like old KSI when he would just play FIFA. The stuff that guy used to say was so bad.
It was so funny. There was a Road to Shore as well. Like he used to have an intro. And I used to sing it when I was younger with my cousin. It was like, I can't even repeat it, but it was so rude. It was so funny.
Old YouTube has gotten so soft compared to back in the day. Also, like, like, KSI he's huge in the US, but over here, he's like literally a god. And like this Prime Hydration sponsoring all these massive football companies. And it just shows if you get really big to a point, no one can cancel you. Because
you can
how that guy hasn't been canceled in this day and age is amazing.
Fact, and it goes, you can create anything you want as well, and you'll have people jump on it.
Oh, bro, all the power to them, man.
Exactly.
They're awesome.
However, before we go into the main topic, no, actually, I've got a few points here, but I feel like we've gone on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Right. So my other point is this, and I want.
Have I heard this?
Nah. I think.
By the way, I've gone into this podcast. He said, "I'm not going to tell you any of the topics." I said, "Okay."
Right. I want to know what you guys think of this, and I'm gonna perhaps make it into a reel as well.
Say no more.
Right. So as my boy said at the start of the episode, he's staying at Tops's house. I was in town this morning, and I was getting a haircut and doing my bits and pieces, going for a coffee.
You know what this guy's going to say right here?
The equipment's at Tops's. Tops has kindly let us store it at his house. However, there's 2 suitcases and a couple of bags. We had arranged for Conor to get a taxi to my auntie's, and I would finish in town and get the bus back to my auntie's. Sweet. Get a call, get a text while I'm getting my haircut. Bearing in mind, I would have to go past my auntie's house to get to Conor's, to then go from Conor's. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Bearing in mind, you have to go past Auntie Debbie's house to get to where Conor's staying, to then
take a cab back.
Take a cab back. But anyway, my boy texted me and said, "Yo, bro, there's quite a few bags here. Do you mind coming to the house to help me put them in the taxi?"
Bro.
No. You can't even defend this.
No. Wait. If it was just a pod, fair enough. But I also have to get all my stuff for my trip.
Okay,
right?
so there was 5 bags. There was 5 bags, man.
There's 6 bags, one person.
Okay, say no more. 6 bags.
And
all you had to do was put them in the taxi, and I was meeting him here to help unload the taxi.
But I didn't know what the taxi was gonna look like.
Okay.
Right? Because sometimes they have a trunk, sometimes they don't. Sometimes big cars, sometimes small. So I was like, we'll be prepared.
All right,
I did say if you can't, it's fine.
Right.
But also there is a bus that takes you directly to Tops.
Right.
And then I would have paid for the taxi back.
Right. So you wanted me to come past Auntie Debbie's house to go to your house to help you put 2 bags into a taxi and then get a taxi to Auntie Deb's.
I said if you can.
Brother, you're miles off here.
Bro, this is no.
Bro, you can't even defend. You can't defend it.
This is what you do. This is what you do as well, bro. I've said, hey, Boney,
comment who's right here, by the way.
No, it's not over. Not yet.
And this is a reel, so it goes on TikTok. Comment on the who do you think's right? Go on, cook.
I've said, hey, let's try to get let's try to get started by 12.
Yeah.
This guy is going to Primark. He's getting his haircut. He's getting a sunbed. I need to go. I have places to be. I'm behind schedule because you are doing all your beauty stuff in town.
You are the biggest spoofer. Shall I tell you why you're a spoofer?
Why am I a spoofer?
Because I arrived here 20 minutes before you got here.
Well, you see?
And I text you in the sunbed shop and I said, Conor, the bus is outside. I'm finished in my sunbed. No. I actually picked up the phone in the sunbed with 3 minutes left.
I wasn't getting locked out of your house again.
And I said, leave now because I'm coming out and I'm going straight to the bus.
I got locked out.
What did you do?
I got locked out of your house last week, yeah? So I didn't want that to happen again, and I needed to make sure you were back because I'm not bringing all this stuff in. It's too much, bro.
Nah. Spoofing.
You know what? I'm starting to realize, by the way, hey, Soul, you're right about this, brother, this whole time. Soul, you know what?
My boy's trying to speak to Soul through the main camera.
Hey, Wanjow Smith over in Bristol.
Crazy.
Hey, you are right about this guy.
Crazy. Anyway, I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right. Anyway. Bro, you know I'm right.
I'll let you slide.
You know I'm right because you said to me, don't worry about it. So you actually thought, that sounds a little bit stupid.
But I said I didn't say you
Alright, so if the shoe was on the other foot, if I text you...
I would come, yeah.
You're such a liar. You would have been like, huh? What's he talking about? He wants me to go to his house, past my own house, to go and help me pick 2 bags and put them in the taxi.
Brother, you know what I would have done?
Miles off here.
I would have put that phone on airplane mode and said, don't chat to me.
Thanks. But
I did say, if you can. And you... Well, you
and I ignored him.
No, you didn't ignore me.
Yes, I did ignore you, bro.
No, you didn't. You just chatted back to me a little bit, and then I
ignored you.
Then I had to let my boy know I'm in charge, and that it's okay anyway. I don't want your help.
Anyway, right, moving on. This is game. I apologise. Hopefully you're enjoying anyway. Ryanair yesterday. Ryanair. They're a bloody joke.
I mean, bro, it's Ryanair. What'd you expect?
No, seriously, they're a joke. Ryanair are a joke, right? So I get... First of all, I don't know where she was from, patronises me. So there's a commotion going on the left side. And the right side is just... Someone's just gone through. Anyway, I glance over to see if the woman's gone through. And she has. And the lady who's checking the passports and doing the boarding pass looks at me and she goes, come on then. And I thought, you cheeky... Beat that.
Bro.
No, seriously. Bro,
This is more work for me, bro.
It's got to that level where I had to put a swear word in there, so let me cook. So anyway, I go up to her and I said, you don't have to patronise me. I said, I can see that you're free. Bro, if you come quick, then the quicker the plane goes. I said, right, okay, all right, whatever. Anyway, go through, glance to me left. They're charging someone €50 because their bag is over the limit.
Oh, it's the worst.
Bro.
I hate that.
Bro, I'm not messing. It couldn't have been any closer to the limit. Like, you know how people
it's like 50.01 kg.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. As in, it's the size.
Oh, it's the
So they have those things where you put it in. I don't know what it's
those.
called.
I hate those.
Bro, I'm not messing. It was nothing over the limit. It was like a little bit was hanging off. And I just thought, you absolute job's worth. Like, why are you charging him €50? You're not getting commission. I said, no one's over here watching you. I said, just let the guy go through.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy had to pay €50. Brother, I get on the flight. I'm bloody sat beside this hillbilly, right?
The American.
Yes.
Come on.
No, bro.
Oh.
A hillbilly. No, I'm saying like...
Yeah, he's American.
Dresses like...
Shout out America.
Dresses like the biggest hillbilly I've ever seen, and his child was beside him. Brother had his shoes and socks off. It was disgusting.
It's just a disgrace, isn't it?
It was disgusting. Anyway, my boy puts his hat down. He has one of those Peaky Blinders hats, puts it over his eyes. Like that for the whole flight. Sorry, halfway through.
Catching flies, yeah?
Catching flies. My boy's got Crocs on with jeans.
It's a short flight as well, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, but you can tell this guy, he doesn't get a good night's sleep. You can tell. He's like doing something. Like, I swear to God.
How can you
No, bro,
tell?
he was disgusting. It was disgusting. Anyway, my boy tries to get comfortable, so he's jittering around. I really can't get my words out today.
I know, bro.
Jittering around. Do you know what he does? He puts his knee against the chair in front of him, and there's this old lady who's like this. Bro, I swear to God, like this. I swear to God.
That's so bad.
Like this. And she didn't say anything. And I was like, what the hell? But I just thought to myself, I didn't say anything either. I thought, lucky it's not me. But I was just like, why, like, common decency, common sense? Like, I cannot stand rude people. And within the space of an hour, I'd had that idiot patronise me. I'd had the other idiot who was doing the other boarding passes try and charge someone €50. And then I had that hillbilly beside me with his leg on that lady's seat. I just thought, get me home, man. Seriously, I can't do this anymore.
That reminds me of a funny story. When I came from the U.S. to England last year, I was coming through and I had... Well, no, it might have been... it was over Christmas.
Yeah.
And Lucas had taught me the trick of, you put your
I
clothes...
remember you did it on the...
in a pillow.
Team do.
Yeah.
To Barcelona.
I saved €70. It worked out.
Did it work?
Yeah, 100%. So,
Let me just interrupt. Those two girls there at Ryanair, they wouldn't have let you through yesterday.
well, so in the U.S., when I was coming back through Newark, they didn't let me. The woman's like, no, that's not a pillow. I was like, I have a bad neck. Like, this is like what I use. Like, I'm not allowed a pillow. It's just clothing.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm not having that. I was like, okay, fair enough. So I've gone out the line. I've put on about 12 T-shirts. Now there's nothing in the pillow, right? I'm like, can I go now? And she goes, yep, but don't try to beat the system. And I go, listen, been doing it for 24 years.
But like,
It's been working for me this whole time.
But bro, like,
What does that get her?
Exactly.
And the flight was empty.
That's what I mean,
The flight
bro.
was empty.
And the flight was empty yesterday as well.
I had my whole row.
The flight was empty yesterday
Yeah.
as well. So they could have just
Come on.
put it in the thing, and there was, I don't know.
Those are some of the common people as well. They get
Honestly, bro,
they
it's
get
just-
in their job and they get on like this high horse of like, hey, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
But I promise you, when they go on holiday, they're doing the same exact thing.
100%.
Yeah.
I cannot stand.
Yeah.
Now, there's a fine line. They're doing their job. I get it.
If
I
it's
get it.
outrageous.
But
yeah.
let me give you another example. And
Here we go.
this example happened up in Morrison's up the road about 3-4 years ago. Going to Morrison's with my auntie, with my cousin, get a Monster. Go to the self-checkout. She goes, do you have your ID? I said, well, nah, like, I didn't think to bring ID to buy a bloody Monster.
But you can't buy it.
No, you got to have ID now because the younger generation, they go mad for it. Anyway, in fact, Oscar actually bought a Monster yesterday. Disgusting. It was the purple one. Vile.
Yeah, they're so gross. I
Um,
like Red Bull though. Red Bull
anyway,
C's.
Red Bulls, Red Bulls to go. But she goes, yeah, any ID? I said, well, no, I didn't bring it. Like, I'm only getting a Monster.
Can't drive anywhere.
She was like, brother, that's so uncalled for. She was like,
You have to bring your passport.
Exactly. That's before I had the provisional anyway. She goes, nah, I'm can't allow you to buy it. I said, really? I said, look, whatever. I said, cool, whatever. I walk over to the other side of the shop and said, you know what? I'll just go pay for it here. That'd be sweet. Brother, she follows me all the way over.
No.
And says to the lady, she was like, no, you can't let him get this. He hasn't got any ID. And poor lady then didn't have no choice. But I just thought, you absolute fool. Like, what do you get out of that? Like, it's just...
I know what you don't get out of it, an energy drink.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But, like, I just... So annoying, man.
Yeah.
Jobs worth people are so annoying. And like I said, there is a fine line. I don't want people watching this saying, well, they're only doing their job. I get it. However, there's a fine line between, like, just let me go. Just let the person go.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro.
It's the tiniest bit over the limit. Let them go.
So, listen, I don't know the topics over here. Any more topics? What are you saying?
Say no more, bro. I got my notes out.
Oh my God, these damn notes, bro.
Bro, this is the first time that I've actually written notes down for an episode.
I know, we did a Euros pod this summer, and you literally were supposed to have notes on who you have in your team in the tournament. This guy just comes in and is like, yeah, I think George has been the best team.
Hey,
like,
don't question my ball knowledge, bro. I was up there. I had a bet.
You were right that they've been a great team so far.
No, but my predictions were closer than your predictions.
Were they? Who'd you have in the final?
I'm nearly sure it's England-Spain.
I thought you had Germany. I had England, Germany in the final.
You keep saying that, but I had Spain.
Damn. Well, hey, we both were short of souls. Souls were actually unreal.
Listen to this transition. Talking of Spain.
Damn. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah,
I think I know. Which is unfortunate news.
Which is very unfortunate news because I love watching him play. But however, we're going to go into the football world right now. Rodri suspected ACL, my boy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could actually be a good topic for us to talk about on a separate pod of players getting overplayed because I mean the schedules are just a joke and they just keep adding games and you know what, he's been one of the leaders for it and you know his first I think start in the Prem back from the summer that happens at it wasn't non-contact, but it was very soft contact.
In the first half, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was in town. Yeah, I was in the city centre, so I missed it. I didn't even realise he was starting, and then I saw it on...
It was like a shoulder-to-shoulder, I think, off a corner, and...
Really?
It was nothing. And once it was nothing, and he's gone down like that, I'm like, he's in trouble.
You know there's something seriously wrong.
And I mean, you just have to feel for him. And that's how it goes with injuries sometimes. They happen when you're at your best. Like, he's won everything now in football, you know, bar World Cup. And, he's up there for Ballon d'Or contention.
It'll be very interesting to see how City get on this season without him. I saw a stat, and I'm going to come in with smoke. Out of the 75 games he's started, they've only lost one. Yeah. Or the 75 games that he's played in, they've only lost one.
Yeah, and I think...
Which is crazy.
I think with him, I would say still, people try to get, trendy and say oh, he's the most important player. Realistically, it's still Haaland. In my he has 100 goals in 105 Prem matches for City. It's Haaland. He's their most important player. But very close behind are Rodri and KDB when he's fit. Right?
But I'd argue that and say that Haaland's only been there for 2 years. Is this his third season?
Yeah, this is his third season.
City won the league 2 years in a row before that.
When did Rodri come?
You're going back 4 or 5 years ago.
No, it's not that far.
It is, bro. You'd be surprised.
Let's look it up.
Oh, that's too calm. My boy's got the phone ready for...
Yeah, hey. Come on.
We've actually got a spare phone today. That's crazy.
I know. And we could use it for another camera angle, but all we're doing with it is looking when Rodri went to City.
I'm telling you, it was
2019.
I told you.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
That's longer than I thought. I thought it would have been post-COVID.
So could you argue and say that he is? That stat backs it up as well. They've lost 1 in 75 games that he's played in, bro.
he wasn't always their most influential. Like, it's not like from 2019 he's been the main player. Like, I think in that role, like, until he left, like, Gundogan was just as important, if not more. He was. Do you remember that season? He had like 13 goals in the Premier. He was just a joke. Remember that performance against Everton where he had the 2 goals? He had like the
yes. He
was just so good in that period.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he is massive for them, and it's a huge loss. And listen, I mean, I think any normal football fan is not celebrating, but I'm sure Arsenal are looking at that and being no, I'm saying normal people. Normal. No one wants to see that.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, you're going to get those people on Twitter that are celebrating and stuff, but the faceless people.
You know what I saw? An Arsenal fan. Someone captured it. It's on Twitter. You haven't seen it?
No, I think I have. That's why I said Twitter.
It was a screensaver picture of Rodri on the floor.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It's like, bro, it's a human being it seems like nothing but a good person.
Yeah.
And
he is a great person.
Sorry, he's unbelievable at football and can't.
No social media, no
You always see that stupid.
He's always there. And I said, I want to bring this into the pod today.
They say he lived in student accommodation. There's no way. There's no way.
Chance.
That's actually a bit.
And if he is,
it's actually a bit weird, you know.
And if he is living in student accommodation, that brother needs to fix up.
That's a bit weird.
Because that is weird. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think, hopefully. Listen, we all love seeing football, but I like seeing the best players play.
Yeah.
And, I don't want careers to be blighted by injury. I mean, we have another one whose career has definitely been really affected by injury, and you have to wonder if it's the amount of games. It's Rafael Varane. He's just retired.
My boy, no, he's cooked. My boy cooked.
Come on,
We've come on smoke with these transitions.
Wow.
You been looking at my notes?
Nah, bro. Listen, well, let me have a look now.
Not that you can read it, but it's right
I actually can't read a word that you've written, bro. But,
don't play up to the camera, bro. You know I've got some
bro, my boy has doctor's handwriting. But yeah, I think for him, 31 years old, and he's retired. Feels like he's been around forever, but bro, it's a lot of football in those legs, and he's had that major injury after signing for Como, and it's like...
What injury did he do? I missed it.
I don't know. It was a major knee injury. I don't know if he's getting an operation, but he's going to be out for a long period of time. So much so that I think they like unregistered him. And he was just like, I'm sure he has more than enough money in the bank. And was like, I'm just done. And listen, like, I'm sure it's so mentally draining, just even without the body and stuff, just mentally, just playing a game every 2 or 3 days.
Don't cook too much, because that's the topic of the next episode.
We're going to make that the topic the next episode.
And I'm coming in with smoke. Because I've seen a lot of people say, try doing this, try doing that. People don't understand.
So that will be our next... Okay, hey, well...
People do not understand the relentlessness and the... Let me not cook right now.
Yeah, we'll save it.
But I don't think people realise how mentally draining and physically draining and everything, every sort of emotion you can think of is in football. Yeah. And when it's not going well, it can be very, very, very tough. So I will come on to that in the next ep.
Yeah, but we have to say, from just going back to Rodri real quick in that Arsenal City game, which is one of the most insane Premier League games I've ever seen. That low block from Arsenal was perfect. I thought the tactics from City were a bit weird. I thought... you have Kovacic, who he can score a few worldies. Listen, he had a couple great goals at Chelsea, but he rarely scores. It's like when he scores, they're unbelievable goals, but he doesn't score often. And I think they had like Varidal like at the top of the box just shooting. You had John Stones shoot. They're not renowned goal scorers. I would have brought in Foden and played him through the middle. Like I feel like when he came on, he was still drifting out wide and playing the ball across. So I thought those were quite weird tactics from City. But Arsenal were so resolute, and then it's just so funny, like how football works. Like even Raya's on the floor, he almost saves that follow up from John Stones.
Yeah, I know.
If he had done that, that would have been the craziest week of saves from the Atalanta save.
It would have done me worldies for the FPL as well.
I'll tell you why, I might have to bring him in because Raya. I'm very much a Ramsdale fan, and I honestly thought he was so hard done by, and I rated him. I kind of still do rate him as a better keeper than Raya. But Raya this season has been unbelievable. Like, I would say this season, best keeper in the Prem so far.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, without doubt.
Without a doubt. And I think Jamie Carragher said it during the game, because I caught the second half. He was like, Arteta come under a lot of stick for the way he treated Ramsdale,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of doubt whether Ramsdale should be starting in front of Raya. But he stuck with it. He knew what he wanted. He went after Raya, and now people are starting to see that actually Raya is on a different level, in my personal opinion.
But
has been on a different level.
You know what about that though? Mm-hmm. I think Raya is also playing very well because of the confidence that Arteta has instilled in them.
Oh, well.
How often did he make mistakes playing out of the back last year, and Arteta would come straight away and back him? While he has an England international on the bench who he's taken over from, sitting there chomping at the bit, waiting to play. That is some level of
But that's very good management from Arteta.
Exactly.
Because there's the pressures of the outside world, which, by the way, footballers, you need to stay away from that because that can hurt you. Do you know what I mean? Oh, damn, you got a ting texting you, my boy.
Yeah, it's some girl named Tops.
Oh, that's crazy. But where was I going with that?
Player management and
sorry, yes, you got the outside pressures of the media and people saying that Ramsdale's better and stuff. And the last thing Raya needs is when he makes a mistake, because it's risk reward when you're playing out from the back. It has really good rewards if you break the press, but the flip side of that, if you make a mistake, you're getting counted on pretty quickly because they're that high up the pitch. And I just think he did a good job in defending him because he needs that, because, like I said, there was going to be so much pressure. Oh, look at him making it. Twitter's crazy nowadays. You make a mistake and it's everywhere.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
I saw a picture of Anthony Joshua on the floor trying to get up.
I know it's the breakdancing.
Diddy was behind him.
No way. I haven't seen that. Hey, your algorithm's darker than mine, bro.
Twitter is crazy, bro. Twitter is mad.
It's the Wild West.
You know when he's trying to get up and his head's glued to the canvas, and he's got his bunda in the air. Someone put Diddy behind him, and you know what? I'll get the picture.
I don't know if we'll be able to put it in.
You can put it in because it's funny, man. It is funny, but that's what I mean. Raya makes a mistake. And I'm not messing. The whole world, the whole football community jumps on that. So I just think, instead of agree with it, I think Arteta did a really good job. He has to defend him there, otherwise.
Hindsight's 20/20. It's worked out really well.
Pressure can do a crazy thing,
yeah.
And it's paid off because he's obviously, like I said, he's killing it at the minute.
Yeah, bro. I have to say though, I love like this rivalry that's coming back.
Yeah.
Because that City Liverpool rivalry, and I know a lot of people have been saying this, but it was just too friendly. It wasn't chippy yet.
Yeah.
De Bruyne and Van Dijk, like their kids went to school together.
Did they?
Yeah, like they were saying that like De Bruyne would come pick the kid up at his house. They'd just chill for a bit. Like they would talk after. You don't want that.
Nah.
You don't
want that old school rivalry.
Yeah, listen,
man.
if they were both Belgian, I'd be like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, because you do want your players from your national teams to get along somewhat. At least if I was Belgian, I would. But, bro, I have to say, like, Haaland, he's just a madman, bro.
He is mad.
Bro, throwing the ball at Gabriel and then telling Arteta, who, by the way, hasn't
really done anything unless in-house noise. He said something to someone and it's got back to the camp.
I'm sure it's a case of that, right? Behind you, stay humble, stay humble. You're the one that's just throwing the ball in center half's head. And but I have to say,
Ben White giving it to Phil Foden as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that whole commotion with Ben White and the England. He doesn't play for England, but they would know each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
I mean, I wouldn't find it weird if Ben White started on a Kanji because they don't know each other. But the fact that they know each other and they're pushing each other,
they've been teammates before.
Yeah,
they played in the team.
I don't mind it.
But it's just back to the old days. Like I just got flashbacks to like Roy Keane, Vieira, and the tunnel. Yeah. Like I remember watching, and this isn't like a well-known moment. I just a memory I have from being a kid. It was Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Oh my God, he's getting emotional.
No, you know what? I caught something in my throat. I'm all good. I caught something in my throat.
So if you're watching this,
it's just when I talk about Chelsea. But it was Terry and Gerrard lined up next to each other, and I think it was before that Carling Cup. I must have been like 5 or 6, like the first trophy Chelsea won under Mourinho. And I just remember like they just didn't look at each other.
Yeah.
They no high five, just staring right ahead. And those are like big teammates. They've at that point had been to the 2004 Euros together. Like we're about to go to the 2006 World Cup and just not even acknowledging each other. And I mean, for club football, it's probably not the best for international football, but for club football, it is so good.
What about Phil Neville and Gary Neville? That time they didn't look at each other in the tunnel.
And they're brothers.
And
that used to be it wasn't a traditional rivalry, but definitely some testy matches. Honestly, mostly because Rooney, when he would go back to Goodison. But those were some really good matches back in the day.
Roy Keane and Vieira going at it because Vieira was sticking it on Gary Neville, picking on Gary Neville. So, man, bring it back. That's what you want. Put it this way. I can't wait for the next Man City Arsenal game. And that's not because they're top. It's not because they're fighting. It's because the rivalry that's there now, you know?
Yeah.
So...
But you know what I love about it as well, and I really hope it continues like this, because, listen, Arsenal is having their peak right now. They haven't won anything, so it's perfect. Yeah. I do actually like... It's probably the team I like the least, I would say, as a Chelsea supporter. Like, I grew up just hating Arsenal.
Yeah.
I like that they're good again. I want to... Listen, it's funny that, like, United was in their banter era forever. I do want United to be a top team again. Like, it just makes the league so much stronger, but I don't want them to win anything.
Yeah, I get you.
And I'll tell you what, I am nervous this season. I do think this could be the year they do it, especially with Rodri being injured.
I'm so impressed with Arsenal. I think their mentality is on a different level now. I think there's games... Put it this way. I was sat with Aidan O'Brien and Mark Coyle a couple of weeks back when they played Tottenham.
Andrew Tate,
yeah.
my boy.
I was sat with them watching the Tottenham game, and they were under the cosh, Arsenal were. And I said, and I cooked, Arsenal are going to win this game. Ado, nah, I don't think so. I said, Ado, trust me. I said, they're a different mentality. Their mentality is different now. I said, they're going to win this game.
But you didn't cook, they didn't win.
Huh?
Wait, are you talking about the City game?
No, Arsenal-Tottenham.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
I thought you said Arsenal.
Yeah. No, I said it to Aidan when we were watching it. They were under the cosh, and I said, they're going to win this game. And when I started watching the second half the other day, I said to the boys, they're going to hold out here. I said, defensively, they're going to be compact and they're going to win duels and they're going to throw their bodies on the line and they're not going to concede, albeit they conceded right at the end.
Yeah.
But I was so impressed with their mentality and Gabriel and Saliba, man, I just think...
There's two mountains.
I saw something the other day, Arteta said that he knew that they were a good partnership, but they've come above levels that he thought they were going to be at. He said they're exceptional.
What about Gabriel in the air?
Oh
my, he's
let me
so
tell you,
athletic.
If you haven't got him on the FPL team, get him in the FPL team.
He scored in back-to-back games.
Yeah.
A lot of the people take out. I've actually left him in because I'm like off corners. He could score, and against the two hard teams that they played back-to-back, he scored both games.
Yeah, I mean Kyle Walker. I don't know what he was doing. He switched off at just that sharp movement killed him. But he still had to jump up. There's bodies around him. Goes through it. Bang. Goal.
I didn't actually hate what Kyle Walker did. You're trying to throw him off. Listen, he's never going to beat him in the air. He's just never.
He's do you know what I mean?
He's about 3 inches taller, and he can jump higher.
He's not looking at Gabriel as he's tapping his as he's hitting him.
Yeah.
He's looking at the ball. So all Gabriel's going to do, these footballers they're smarter than what we like. They're switched on.
Yeah, of course.
Gabriel knows that he's looking at the ball. I can get half a yard here. So I think it's poor. Yeah. Well, it is poor marking from Kyle.
Yeah, well, he did say you could see he even said after it's my fault. I'm just saying the tapping. I like that he's doing it to throw him off.
You want contact and stuff.
Yeah.
Carvajal's a really good one. You see at corners. It was actually the gaffer that showed us an example. He's there panting, you see when you get on you got your hands on your knees. He's like,
then
darts off.
Well,
I don't think
such an underrated, by the way, intelligent footballer, Carvajal. You don't play it at that level and become a mainstay in Madrid for all those years. Exactly. And he had to go elsewhere to do it. He had to go on loan to Bayern Leverkusen.
I think now he's getting his kudos, man. a top player for them. Like he
Yeah.
would have gone underrated during the years of Ronaldo and Bale and Modric at his peak and stuff, and Kroos there. But I think
Yeah.
now that they've
And honestly,
gone,
Marcelo on the other side took all the plaudits
exactly.
as
Carvajal now people are starting to put some respect on his name.
Do you see when they won Champions League and they had the title with La Liga and Champions League? His dad's a police officer in Madrid, and his dad was on like the horse right in front of the team bus. Like,
Really?
How cool for like a father-son moment. That's as close as you could get to being on the bus.
100%.
Oh, it must have been so sick.
Seeing that as a parent.
Wow.
Wow, my man.
But yeah, man. Listen, hey, football. I feel like football is honestly just it's going back to like a bit of the old days. I know football is it's a different style of play. It's far more transitional than it used to be, but I'm loving this like rivalry, and I hope honestly teams like, well, obviously Chelsea because I'm a massive Chelsea supporter, but I hope the big six can actually get to a point where all six can compete for a title. Imagine how box office it'll be.
A 3-4 way title race.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
those are the days, man.
Yeah.
Chelsea, United,
Arsenal. Yeah.
Arsenal used to be in there.
Even like Liverpool. I mean, they weren't under Mourinho. Liverpool was always they never really competed for the league, but they were always in and around it.
Yeah,
and they'd win the
they'd
other
always
trophies.
take points of of big teams and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, now, I mean, Spurs are so much bigger now than they were back then. And you even have clubs like Newcastle.
Yeah.
And Villa. I mean, Villa's unbelievable. This John Duran guy, by the way, I'm going to be honest, right? He played MLS. Ian actually played against him and said he is so athletic. Like and Ian is an amazing athlete. And he was saying he's just a joke. When Chelsea were linked with him for 40 minutes, I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I was genuinely like, what is this? And I'd watch him play before. Wow, it looks like we missed out on signing him because he plays about 15 minutes every game and he just scores.
Barcelona are keeping tabs on him.
Bro, he looks... And it's a tough one. With their system, you can't really bench Watkins because they play with one striker. But what they have going on right now, it's like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer vibes. Just straight off the bench and scoring, and that's it. On to the next.
Villa looking good.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how Villa carry on.
I didn't think they would have looked this good, to be fair.
But bro, this is the start.
So early.
It's the start of the season. The novelty's there, and everyone's buzzing still. You get to the November, December time. They've played X amount of games Champions League.
Yeah.
X amount of games in the EFL Cup. Yes, because they won yesterday.
Carabao Cup. Yeah.
Carabao Cup. Sorry. Might have had a few bad results. Does it kill momentum? That's when you'll see how they really get on. And that'll be interesting to see now because it's their first time in X amount of years since they've played in a European competition. That's just added games. And again, we'll come on to that in the next episode, but it takes its toll. So we'll see. We'll see how they get on.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good place for us to leave off now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Great. I loved that ep.
Yeah, it was good fun.
I love that ep. Absolute waffling on about my Ryanair flight and Connor asking me to help him with bags to...
Still can't believe you wouldn't do that.
Speaking football. Yeah, I loved it. I loved that ep. It's not about us though.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys like it.
Listen, if it's like 50 views, at least we had fun.
Exactly.
But it's been good, and it's funny as well, like sometimes like the apps that you have so much fun doing are kind of quiet, then you're like, oh, there's a good app. Next thing you know, it has 1,000 views. You're like, what?
Yeah. There's some of the apps that we've done before where like, oh, wasn't really a great app. They've done the most amount of views.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Compared to ones where we're like, oh my God, boys, that's going to pop off. That's going to be great for reels.
Yeah, and
nothing.
And one thing we will try to bring back soon enough, it's just we have to get all of us together. It will probably be once your season's done in Ireland. We're going to do a lot more guests. We need 100%. To start getting guests back on.
Yeah,
but,
that's great.
We have some good ones in the works that we're excited for. So.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But man, if you've enjoyed it, please... I say it all the time at the end of the episode, leave a like, subscribe, share, go follow us on TikTok, Insta, Twitter, whatever it is, come support the movement, man. Like we said at the start, it's you guys that have given us a platform to let us do what we love doing. So man, long may it continue, and keep supporting us, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.